Okay, let's get into this. We're talking H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, the classic invasion story, over a century old.
Absolutely terrifying, even now.
Right. But picture this. A reimagining for, well, our age. The hyper-connected, always online digital age.
And that's exactly what the 2025 film, it's called War of the Worlds, tried to do. It landed on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, and it had this specific focus, didn't it? Something about surveillance.
Very timely themes.
Yeah.
Government surveillance, privacy, and these aliens weren't just invading, they were explicitly after global data.
And the way they told it was pretty different, too, that Screenlife format.
Exactly. The whole story unfolds on screens, laptops, phones, security cameras, no traditional shots.
The idea, I guess, was to tap into that Orson Welles radio broadcast vibe, but for today, making it feel immediate, like you're experiencing it through your own devices.
That was the hope. Echoing that 1938 panic, but using the tools of our time.
But it didn't quite land, did it? That's what we're diving into today. Despite this, interesting concept, it got absolutely slammed.
Overwhelmingly negative reviews, yeah. And a really dismal audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was around 10%.
Wow, 10%. So our mission today is to figure out why. Why did this modern take, with all its relevant ideas, just crash and burn so spectacularly?
And maybe what that tells us about adapting these iconic stories.
Let's start with that format, the Screenlife thing. You mentioned the Orson Welles comparison. Was that the main driver?
It seems like it was a big part of the creative vision. The producer, Timur Bekmambetov, he did Searching, which used Screenlife really effectively.
Yeah, right. Searching was great.
Yeah, he championed this approach.
Yeah.
The idea was to immerse people in how an invasion might actually look today, experienced through our screens.
Makes sense. But I heard there were practical reasons, too. Filmed in 2020, right?
Absolutely. You hit it. It was also a very pragmatic solution because of COVID-19.
Ah.
Actors like Ice Cube, Evil, and Goria, they could basically record their parts from home.
Yeah.
It kept the budget down, followed safety rules. Universal, who initially picked it up, liked the idea of getting a big event film feel for, well, a much smaller contained thriller price tag.
Clever workaround for the pandemic, definitely. But if the goal was immersion, like the radio broadcast, it sounds like the critics felt the opposite happened. What went wrong with the execution?
That's where the criticism really piled on. It was widely called like a hollow Screenlife experience.
Hollow. Ouch.
Yeah, some reviews basically said it was just 100 minutes of watching a bored-looking Ice Cube click through windows.
Oh, no.
And look, Screenlife can work. We mentioned Searching. It
Yeah.
can heighten personal stakes, create mystery.
Mm-hmm.
But War of the Worlds needs scale. It needs awe. It needs terror on a grand level.
Right. Massive alien tripods,
Yeah.
cities crumbling. Hard to capture that on a laptop screen, I guess.
Exactly. Critics felt it sacrificed any sense of scale or awe. It ended up feeling stunningly claustrophobic instead of vast.
Claustrophobic is not what you want from an alien invasion epic.
Definitely not. Static, low-res images.
Mm-hmm.
People said it felt uncinematic, like a glorified Zoom call was one description I saw.
So less world-ending invasion, more awkward work meeting. Got it. Okay, so the visuals were a miss. But what about the story itself? Wells's original had these deep allegorical layers, right? Imperialism, colonialism.
Huge thematic weight, yes. A powerful critique.
This new one went for data harvesting, government overreach. Ice Cube plays a DHS guy uncovering this secret program, Goliath. How did that shift land?
It was controversial.
Yeah.
By making the aliens literally feed on data and making the plot about uncovering this government program that knew about it.
Yeah.
Well, many critics felt it kind of ruined a core point of the story. It made the alien motive really explicit, almost mundane in a way.
So it lost that terrifying ambiguity, that sense of the unknowable alien other.
Precisely. It cheapened the allegory, they argued. It became less about the profound horror of the invasion and more about like a human cybersecurity plot where the aliens felt almost secondary.
Like trading that deep allegorical power for a sort of topical lecture on data privacy.
That's a good way to put it. Less resonant, ultimately.
And then the performances. Ice Cube got mentioned a lot. What was
Yeah.
the issue there?
Yeah, his performance came under fire quite a bit. Bored-looking and disengaged were common descriptions.
Not just bored, but lacking urgency, especially for a format that relies so much on the actor holding your attention through a screen.
Exactly. Critics felt it lacked the connection needed to pull you through this, claustrophobic experience. Hard to root for him clicking through pop-ups.
And that combined with the script?
Right. A script many called painfully routine. It all added up to this feeling reviewers described as unintentionally goofy.
Goofy. For War of the Worlds, that's not the goal.
Definitely not. It undermined any attempt at being a serious, grounded sci-fi film. And on top of all that, there were content flags, too. Crude language was noted as an issue, particularly for parents thinking about watching.
Okay, so wrapping this up, our deep dive into the 2025 War of the Worlds. It really feels like a cautionary tale, doesn't it?
It really does. That Screenlife format, ambitious maybe, practical for the pandemic, definitely, but ultimately it just seemed to smother the story.
Yeah, abysmal visuals, low resolution, claustrophobic, not words you want for an epic invasion, more like that glorified Zoom call.
And then the thematic shift, making it all about data harvesting.
Yeah.
It stripped away that core allegorical power of Wells' original for something critics felt was, well, cheaper.
Lost the ambiguity, lost the terror, and then add in a routine script and a lead performance described as disengaged.
It veered into that unintentionally goofy territory just by trying to be serious. Yep. Plus the language concern.
So it leaves you, the listener, with some things to think about. When does a modern update, trying to be timely, actually lose the magic of the original?
And when does a cool stylistic choice, like Screenlife, stop being innovative and actually become a barrier? When does it get in the way of just telling a compelling story?
Definitely something to mull over next time you see a classic getting that modern reboot treatment.